Hi all, Graham here, and here is another uploaded game of Saga. This time I'm at Reading Wargames Club and I'm playing Steve. He's using the Gauls and I'm using the Numidians. Here is his Gaulish build. He's got his warlord on a chariot and he has 5 points of warriors, and he just kept it nice and simple in blocks of 8. I, on the other hand, decided to mess around with my Numidian build a little bit. After listening to a podcast from the activation phase reviewing the Numidians, I went for nice big units. But I knew what scenario we were playing, but I really chose badly. I should have gone for smaller units instead of the units of 12, 11 and 9. This scenario is out of the Book of the Battles, and it's an updated version of the two fords, I guess, and it plays slightly differently, but it's a fun scenario and I have played it before. It's a 6-turn game, and as I said before, it's survival points. If you have your warlord alive and you are within M of him, at the end of the game, in your half of the table, you get 2 points extra per unit. If, however, you manage to get your warlord onto the other side of the river, and you have again units within M of him at the end of the game, you get 6 points per unit. This is something Steve and I didn't grasp, and it really became quite key towards the end. As always, if you see anything wrong, let me know. We learn by our mistakes. I was the first player. Here's my battle board. No manoeuvres in this game, which is always interesting. Anyway, hope you enjoy.
Right, we're here. Good evening, Steve.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Good to be here. Tonight I'm playing Silver Steve, as he's known locally amongst his fans at the club. Silver Steve, Silver Surfer. I won't edit that out. We're playing, what's that scenario called again? We'll go.
The Crossing.
It's the Crossing, but it's the version 2, so we've only got the one river. We've rolled for the two rivers. This side is difficult going, and this side is dangerous going. So they're both crossable, but not great for someone who's decided to go heavy on cavalry, which defeats me why I've done such a thing.
And chosen the scenario. You're a volunteer.
A volunteer, yeah. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so my dice are placed, as you can see. In this game, interestingly, I didn't read the small print till just a moment ago, and you're not allowed to manoeuvre, which is a real pain because my guys love manoeuvring. So,
But your 5 dice are removed for the first turn, aren't they?
Yep, so I've only got 3 dice in play. I've got 1 on my activation pool and 2 dice on skirmish.
But if they're removed, you can't roll 2 more. You can't roll.
No, I'm just leaving it for next turn.
Aha, I'm glad I asked, because that's a fine tactic.
Right, so I'm going to use skirmish and activate all your mounted units for a movement. So, because I have no manoeuvres, it'll be my warlord, and I've got I've got a unit of 12 there, a unit 11 just there, and a unit of 9 there.
Cheesy.
Cheesy but stupid, considering the scenario I've decided to play. I should really have gone small units. Would have been the clever thing to do. So I think I've out-cheesed myself a little bit here. Oh, these are on terrain, so I can only move S. And they're going to come straight out, like that.
Well, at least you're out of the terrain there.
Exactly. So they're out. These ones here will come this way like that. Take that off. And the other ones, I think I might just send them forward actually, this way here. They're going to come forward like that.
Yes, no one gets left behind.
No, everybody plays. And my warlord's being mounted has got an activation as well. He's going to move to there, and he's got a weir bay. And I'm going to move these forward up here like that. So I might do that. like that. So they've got a fatigue for a second activation, like that. And that is all I've got. Very nice too. And you've rolled, ooh, nice. 2 rare, 4 common, 3 uncommon. No orders reaction. I'm just going to sit down and let him move, I think.
Gaulish wave.
Choose one of your units, then up to 2 other friendly units
Oh, it's each
within
of
S.
these units, isn't it?
Activate each of these units to charge, move, or shoot. Each unit activated can take an extra further to add VS to their charge or movement distance. So which of the 3 you've chosen?
Just these guys. So the levies are going to move a little bit with that one, and of course then we're going to shoot you.
Are they all in range?
Well, we'll move.
Should the rear rank be in range?
Yeah.
They are. So you're shooting with 12 levy. You've got a fatigue after the shot. Yeah, 3-3. Well, that's not good, is it? So I've got an armour of 3. You've got 6 dice. I have nothing on my board. I should really put something on combat bonus.
Call that 4 between friends.
Dear. Lost 2. That's a bad start.
Take a bonus one off if you like.
Set it on the front so we can see it. Okay.
Activate a unit of warriors.
Okay. Moving.
Well, we'll activate them again. And we'll have a fatigue. So these guys will activate on a dice. These guys will activate with the warlord. And then the warlord will come up turn 2.
So I've rolled 2 common, 4 uncommon, 1 rare. Okay, my second turn. So I'm going to play Born Horseman, which increases my movement by L. So I get that from 2M to 3M. Then I'm going to get the activation pool, and I'm going to use that dice.
Nicely done, can I say that?
Thank you very much, that's very decent of you. Recycle them. 2 commons, which is not great. I needed an uncommon. I'm going to put 1 on Exhausting Battle and 1 on Warrior / Elephant movement bonus thing. I'm going to activate this unit to move towards here, like that. I assume with the sabot, I take them off the sabot because it's irritating me already. I can hear Wayne laughing in the background, like that. They're all in range. I'm going to throw my javelins at that unit there. So you've got an armour of 4 because you're warriors. I've got 6 dice, 3, 6. I'm going to use. I took an incapacitating shot off. I'm going to use nothing. I'm just going to roll. You've got nothing to stop me. So straight forwards. Okay. Just the 2. Not great. 1 dead. I'm now going to rest them with a warrior activation. I'm now going to move them this way. And they're going to fire at them. So this time I've got...
No one gets left behind.
Oh, yes, sorry. She's ashamed to miss out on the fun, wasn't it? Yeah, well spotted. Like and they're all in range. So I've got 11 that time. Alarm of 4. Could do with slightly better luck this time. 6 dice, 11. 4's needed. Wow.
5 threes. You were close.
Close but no cigar. Okay, so this is not going very well so far. Over here, my levy activation, which I've just spent. And I'm going to jump in the terrain like that.
Of course they are.
Like that. Now I'm going to do skirmish. Activate all your mounted units for a move. And my warlord is 1 as well. 4. Do one first. They're not going to stay there. So they can do M to there. M for diagonal to there. And M like that. Running away from the levy. Scared me a little bit, they did. These ones will move, so they will get a fatigue after they move. So again, they're going to come back this way.
M and M if you want.
N and N, I could do. Fatigue. Here. Ooh. I'll move my warlord out of the way first because he's going to get crunched, I think. There. And these are now going to come back this way. Like that. Would have been better if a nice open scenario, wouldn't it? I might put him like that, actually.
Well, the only Gaul that's bemused so far is the one that died.
Okay, I've killed 1, haven't I? So I'm going to activate my Ellie to move once. He's going to move to there, like that. Now I could shoot with composite bow. If I do and charge, I'm going to get fatigue anyway. So I'm going to shoot with composite bow from here on that unit there. You've got an armour of 4. I think I only get 2. Check. Do any better than everybody else?
You know I want to get them away, so I wasn't throwing.
2 hits. Saved them both. I have a activation, and they're going to go running across the. Do I want to? If I go across here, I'm not mounted, so I don't get fatigue. Even though I've got 4 legs, elephants aren't counted as mounted.
But you still get a fatigue for a second activation.
Correct. So I've got a fatigue there. So we have a melee. Right, you've got an armour of 4. You've got 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 5. Armour of 5. So you can choose to close ranks if you wish, but if you do, I get 4 stomping instead of 2.
You get.
I have fatigue.
We will not close ranks.
I'm going to use support, and I've got a rare on it, and I should have left someone nearer to it. I made a mistake there. Didn't read the small print, but I get 4 defence dice, which is my bad. Okay, so you could spend my fatigue if you wanted.
Why wouldn't we take you down to a 4?
Unless you want to kill my warlord or kill him, because obviously he's got resilience.
Elephants, you have to
Get 4 kills on.
You have to exhaust you and then 1 more for luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it on there.
Up to you. Okay.
I will spend display.
What does it say?
Gain 2 defence dice.
Nice. Yep.
And I'll take 2 further. So you've got little dice.
So just put a dice on your board, and you get 2 further.
Cancel the first 2 casualties.
Very nice. On you first. Needing 4s. Just the 1, but I get 2 all to hit, so it's 3. There you are to roll. But you cancel for the first 2, don't you?
So you hit me once and 2 autos, right?
I hit you 3 times, once and 2 autos. That's correct. Yeah.
So save to cancel that.
You saved them all.
Yeah.
So I didn't touch you. Back on me.
Oh, I didn't even have to roll my bonus
You
defense dice.
didn't need the defense dice.
Oh, did I roll 3 dice?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. 5's needed. Just the 1.
You get to roll 5 dice to save.
Yeah. Saved it.
So you bounce and take a fatigue.
So indeed. So I bounce back like that. Take a second fatigue, and you take a fatigue for the melee as well.
And I've got 2 further. Hang on.
And you got yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. Further on there. Yeah. I suspect that was a bad thing I just done there.
I think your elephant's hanging loosely.
Yes, I think he is. Right. I have nothing else, so it's your turn.
Lots of commons this time. 5 commons and 2 rares.
So you re-rolled the rare.
Yeah.
So you got
6 commons and 2 rares.
wow, quite a combination. Okay, Steve's turn 2. I should point out he had an orders, so he had dice on. Put it on straight onto
Tumultus Gallicus.
Tumultus Gallicus.
And then used a rare. Oh, sorry, then used that dice on the rare dice to
So you
re-roll.
use the Tumultus Gallicus to get rid of the 2 further on
Yeah.
those, and then that dice and the dice that was on the activation pool he re-rolled, and the dice are as you see them now with also.
Luckily, I rolled 2 uncommons, which is what I was lacking before.
Ritual challenge. So there's a dice on ritual challenge. So that's what we've done. So you've basically removed the 2 further and you've replaced dice on your board. So you've got all 8 in play, which is very nice indeed.
So I'm going to start with Before the Wave, which is quite appropriate as we're going across a river. So these guys are coming forward, and they're going to throw javelins at your Nelly.
Javelins.
Yep.
They're not
because
javelin armed. Oh, I see. What is before the
Before the
wave?
wave, activate one of your units to move. They count as being equipped with javelins during this move.
My elephant has an armour of 4. You've got 4 dice. Have you got anything you want to pimp it with?
I'm going to pimp it with a fervour to get an automatic hit.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So you got 1 automatic hit, so he's nearly dead.
So we'll put 1 in the corner there.
Yep.
So that's 3 hits altogether.
3 to save. Oh, I had a dice on the combat bonus. May I roll? So I would have put a defence dice in there. Is
So
that
just
right?
roll a black one then, yeah.
I'll pop it in there with them, all right? Apologies. That's what it's
It's a friendly game.
It's a friendly game. Not like that, it's not. Dang!
You'll be a dead Nelly. Yeah, by all means, spend that combat dice.
So he's gone. Okay, so anybody within M of the elephant then has to roll. It's called
Rampage. Or
something by pain. Is it M or S? I can't remember. L is.
If it's M, it's your 3
Mad
units.
with pain. An elephant, a shooting rash. Every unit, friend or foe within S of the elephant must roll a dice. A dice of 5 or 6, you suffer a casualty.
We know they're S.
So it's just these 2 then.
Yeah, you're lucky if it was M. It would be all your
It would
guys.
be everybody. So
as you're inflicting casualties, do you want to roll the dice?
okay, so I'll roll first of all for those and the second one for those. I need a 5 or 6. Nothing. And the ones opposite the river, nothing. I am not hitting anything.
Bye, Mr. Elephant.
Yes. That was bad. I think I was very rash there.
That's nerdled things down a bit, hasn't it?
Do you think? Warrior activation.
Warrior activation to rest. Warrior activation to move. A warrior activation to rest. And the warlord will move here and rest these guys.
Okay, so that's your turn, isn't it? A pretty decent turn, I would say.
Well, a unit killed, yeah.
Yeah. 4 uncommon, 1 common, 1 rare.
Turn 3.
I've got no orders. You've got no orders reaction. My warlord's going to move sideways like this. And then he's going to activate them as we obey to go this way. Over here.
Are you coming for some melee?
You're having a laugh, aren't you?
I'm having a giraffe. Do we get a hard cover in that rocky stuff?
You have to be completely in it to get it.
That's where we're heading.
Oh, sorry, in here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do, yeah. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, I see. You're top of your plan. So I'm going to shoot my javelins.
I'm just flashing forward to turn 5 when we're completely in it, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a good ploy. So I've got 6 dice. I'm hoping I'm going to destroy you before you get that. I go first. I'm going to use incapacitating shot. Reroll your attack dice, its rolls 1s and 2s. If your unit inflicts at least 3 casualties, the target suffers a fatigue after the shooting is resolved.
Well, that's just rude.
Yes, it is, isn't it? You've got no shooting reaction, so it's just...
Get to it, get down and dirty.
Should.
We rolled 5 3s last time.
There we are, I rolled 3 2s. Still managed to roll,
Average.
So 3 hits on you. Terrible.
Well, you need me to fail all of these so I get a fatigue. Is that what you're saying?
No, it was just bad dice, wasn't it? And you've saved every single one. My levy activation, I'll do the easy one.
You're going away further, are you?
I'm just going to truck away a little bit further, protect my dice. I've got a warrior activation, rest those.
This is ultra patient, oh my god.
And then I'm going to use skirmish.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use skirmish, which activates all mounted.
So get out of dodge, basically.
Yeah.
So you are a shoot and scoot army, aren't you?
It looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. So far, turn 3.
No, that's what I've killed him in. Killed an elephant and 2, yeah.
I was softening up the elephant with some javelins with a power, and the fucking thing died. So all my melee powers were useless because I couldn't actually... No, because it died ahead of time. Oh, that was just rude.
Rude. Right, so they're going to come backwards, like this, back to where they were. And I can move these up. Well, I've got nothing else. If I go forward, I can't come back, can I?
No, I was just testing.
Testy, am I?
Ooh,
Yeah, it's quite frustrating not having manoeuvres, actually. Right.
I think I'm with you. I think manoeuvres are kind of a really integral part of the game.
Yeah, to remove manoeuvres was quite hard. Okay.
Yes.
Just the 3 rares. 2 common, 1 uncommon. Okay, so Steve's third turn. Just to explain, he had a dice on Tumultuous Galachius, and he removed the fervour off. Which unit was it again, Steve?
These guys.
Those guys there. So he's got no fatigue. So the dice went back into the activation, and then used the rare on the activation pool, rolled those dice, and the dice are placed.
I've rolled a couple of uncommons, which really helps.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first thing is to do before the wave. And this range M, right?
Yep.
So we're just going to charge you then.
So you can move once.
Move once.
Which is to there.
And then...
You might want to take them off the sabot. I don't know. Do you need to? Not really.
And then we're going to charge you.
So you need to move all 3 before the wave. So you need to move all 3 before you do any charges. Completely for the wave. You don't move twice.
I don't understand. I'm doing a normal activation with these guys.
Oh, you're doing a normal... Oh, sorry, I thought you were doing it before the wave.
No, I've decided not to, because you might cheat. If I kill someone, you'll kill the only one I can charge.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do double move with those guys. So second move gets me into contact.
So it's 1 and 2. So you come in, basically you're just about contact.
Yep.
And
I'll get a fatigue for the second.
You do have a fatigue. So, I have an armour of 3, you have an armour of 4, I've got 6 in my unit, so I get 2 dice. You've got 8 in your unit, but you've got fatigue. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do Gaulish Fury to gain 3 attack dice and take 2 further, so you lose the benefits of solid cover.
So I don't my saving roll. So you've got 2 further on your guys, and
3 attack dice.
very nice. Ouch.
Over to you.
I'm going to use support with a rare, which gives me 4 defence dice, and that's all I get.
I'm passing.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to increase my arm up to a 4.
I'm passing.
And so am I. She hit me 6 times, needing 5s and 6s. I saved 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 2 die then.
So 2 die.
You get 2 shots back at me.
What it's worth. 4's needed. Nothing. Seems to be a theme here today. Not good.
Activate this unit of warriors to move.
Which unit? Not quite in it.
Not yet.
Not quite.
And then we'll do before the wave.
Activate one of your units to move. They count as being armed with javelin.
So now we will be in it.
Now you are in it. And you get fatigue for that.
Yep. And we will shoot your other levy. Are they in range? From some at least.
I would say 3 are. You only need to kill 1 and you take another dice off me, don't you?
Yeah. We'll take a further to do an automatic hit.
And you get the fatigue after you move, before you shot. So I'm going to spend your fatigue, increase my arm up to a 5.
Get 1 automatic hit. So 2 saves to make. Big saves, mate.
Saved them. About time. That's the first thing I've done decent today. Okay.
So over here,
Fatigue comes off.
activate the levies to move up to the riverbank.
Yeah.
Warlord will activate these guys to move up to the riverbank and move here.
Oh dear. 2 common, 3 uncommon.
Handshake after turn 4, I think.
Yeah, well, my turn 4, I've just talked to Steve. I'm in kind of a bit of a pickle here. My units are too big, and I've got myself all tied up. Anyway, so let's see what happens. Broad horsemen, so all my guys...
Yeah, we know the drill. You've used it every turn. Move on.
Move on. But this time I'm going to use it for real. And I'm going to...
Are we going to hear a clippity-clop on the bridge?
We are. Skirmish. So I'm going to move them, and my warlord as well.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's moving.
I'm going to move them individually, so this might take a bit of...
If you get the first couple over, then you can work the rest out, can't you?
Yeah, this is 1.
You have to go straight across the bridge.
Well, that's what I'm saying, go across the corner like that. But I can move MM anyway, so I think I can go about here.
Yeah, I will.
So they're all in range. So they've moved from there to there, and now they're going to throw their javelins. I could do with killing something because I've 6 dice, nothing to pimp it with. You've got nothing to stop me with, so 4's needed. Would be nice for a bit of luck. Just the 3.
I feel it in my watergram. You're going to do better.
Really? 2 dead. These are going to move. like that. Oh, sorry, yeah, I am. And they're going to shoot them. Armour of 4, 6 dice. Just the 3 again.
I feel some more nibbling coming on.
Yep. Oh.
Ineffectual as usual.
I need to completely...
Yeah, so you've got 2 more mounted units to move.
These are going to go like that. Well, onto the bridge.
And they're going to shoot me as well.
Actually, these are going to go here and here, so they're going to line up in front of you there. And they're going to shoot their javelins across the bridge, across the water, like that.
So I'm going to do Perseverance at this point.
Okay, what does that do?
Trigger this ability after enemy units activated to shoot, which you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take 2 fervour and a fatigue off the far unit over there.
Can you take it off a friend then?
From one of my units.
From one of your units? Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I forgot to do it the first 2 times you shot me. And then
That's
I thought, crap, I better do it now while I remember.
It's bizarre that you can do it from the other side of the table. So 4's needed. 3 hits.
Hello.
That's the best I've done all day with my smallest unit.
There's a lesson.
2 dead. Bit better. I'm now going to activate said unit. Oh, my warlord's got to move as well. I've got to move him now. So he's
Yeah,
going to. So I've got a weird bay.
I can see what you're doing, yeah.
Now I'm using a warrior's activation, and they're going to charge you there. Can you?
Yeah, I'll do the...
My armour is 3. Yours is 4.
You
I
get
get plus
fatigue.
1. I get plus 1 and a fatigue. I've got. Is that my 12 or 11 unit? 11.
Look, it's 12.
It's 12. That's the 12er. 12. How many in your unit?
4 currently.
4.
Not for long, I think is the phrase.
4. Okay, you can close ranks if you wish.
So I will close ranks.
So you lose 2 dice. Your saving roll's improved. I pass. I have fatigue if you wish to use it, or you've got an ability on your board, haven't you?
I'm going to do display and take 2 fervour.
And
So I cancel the first, I gain 2 defence dice. And I cancel the first 2 casualties.
right, nice. I've got a fatigue as well, which you can spend.
So I will increase my armour to 5.
Okay. I've got nothing, so 5's needed. So I'm hitting you on a 4 plus 1.
So it's 4s really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 4 plus 1. And I haven't rolled very well. 4 hits, 2 defence dice, saving on a 4, 5 or 6.
I save 3,
3.
so I lose 1.
That's terrible.
You strike back at you with 2 dice,
Yeah.
hit you with 2,
No. I saved them both.
so I get pushed
So you
back.
actually do go back.
I'm just going to make sure we have gone back S.
Right. They're going to charge there. If you can move them just slightly forward. Gain a fatigue on me. Stronger unit this time. Gain armour of 3, armour of 4, plus 1. I've got 11 in that unit, haven't I?
Yep, so not 12,
No, 11. You've got how many? You've got 8 in that one, haven't you?
7.
7, 5, 7. I've got a fatigue. Do you wish to close ranks?
I do.
So you lose 4. I pass.
I wish to put my armour up.
Deja vu, isn't it?
Well, it would be foolish not to. So
Right.
you're hitting me on 4s, essentially. Net 4s again.
4 plus 1, yeah.
Looks a bit more potent.
You mean just the 3? It's not good, is it?
That's 3 dead.
3 dead. No, 2 dead. You rolled a 4.
Oh yeah, well done. Well done for closing ranks, chaps.
Back on me. Just the 3. Save 2, lost 1. Fatigue on you. My warlord's got a we obey them
Of course he is.
to charge them again. So if you could move them in, please. I do get another fatigue, so I'm on 2 fatigues there. 3. I've got an armour of 3. You've got an armour of 4. I've still got 12. 6. 10. 12. I've got 2 fatigues. You've got 1 fatigue. I've got +1 for charging. Do you wish to close ranks?
No.
No. I go first. I'll spend your fatigue. I'm going to just put my up to a 4. I beg your pardon. Yeah, you can reduce me down to a 2, anything but a 1.
So let's do that.
You're going to leave me fatigued, dude. That's if I do anything. So I'm on 3 + 1. 1s and 2s come out. Thank you for that, Steve. 5s and 6s.
Dead,
So
dead, dead.
they're gone. More critically, back on me. Oh, 2. 3.
You must be 3, mustn't you?
Yeah, I must be 3 because...
Yeah. Oh, you used my fatigue to put it up
yeah,
to 4.
I did, yeah.
Says 2 hits.
2 hits, yeah.
2
dead.
die. Fatigue.
I am very tired. And that's me done. Your turn 4.
5 common, 1 uncommon.
Ooh. Right, Steve's 4th turn, and looking at his dice, I don't think there's any subtlety in what he's doing. I think he's just moving. What are you up to, Steve?
So to start with, we are going to charge here
With whom?
with these guys. We are at 4 because you bounced off. So.
Oh, these ones here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're straight in. I'm not in the terrain, so I don't get any benefit from it. So I'm on a 3. You're on a 4. I've got a fatigue. I've got 2. You've got how many in your unit? 8 still. Still full strength. I haven't dented them.
I will make you easier to hit, of course.
Yep. Okay. 2.
count as
Anything but a
being-
1, basically.
Just the 6. And you're outside, so you're 5s and 6s, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, you've got to be completely in the terrain to get the benefit anyway. So
So that's 5 dead. That'll be the.
that'll be the unit.
That's all she wrote.
That'll be the unit. Back on you. Come on. Just a 1. Nice to take 1 down. Bugger. Broken friends. Like that. Right.
I'm going to activate these guys to move this with before the wave.
Right. Are they charging or
It's moving.
to there?
And we will then shoot you.
Oh, they become javelin arm, don't they?
Yeah.
And you've got 8 in the unit.
And I'm going to do another fervour to do an automatic hit.
Okay, so I've got an armour of 4. You've got 4 dice.
And we get an automatic hit.
Okay.
Two hits, essentially.
But you only need 1 to steal a dice off me.
Yes!
So another dice goes. Okay, so what are you going to do the rest?
Well, the Warlord's going to start the process of getting the levy across the river. So I'm going to take them off the base at this point because some are in there, so we take a fatigue.
Okay.
And then we do...
Yeah, because it's obviously you got the fatigue because it's dangerous ground. He moves up to it or slightly into it.
Well, to it, I think, because then...
That's with his determination.
Yeah, because then we're only going to be in it for 1 movement, because we're going to move twice now.
Yep.
So
Once,
get a
and
fatigue.
your tail's dropping in. So you've actually got
One,
2 fatigues, haven't you?
yeah,
Is that right?
3 is it?
You've got 3 actually, haven't you? 1 to go in, so you're exhausted, but it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? And now you've got 3 warrior activations.
Because we want to be as close to the riverbank as possible, don't we?
Why?
So these guys can get in front of them.
Okay. So you got fatigue for those because their feet are in the water, so to speak.
I think I have to move again to screen the warlord. If you see what I mean.
Yep. So you're going to spend another dice. That's all right. Yeah. And that's it burnt, isn't it? So it's now my 5th turn.
Yeah. 4 dice now.
Is it 4? Yeah, 4. Yeah.
You saw what I did there.
I did.
Well, it's been steadily going down, hasn't it?
You have, you wouldn't we down? 4 down. Oh dear, 3
3 and
common, 1 uncommon. Not great. Desperate times. Steve has played an absolute demon here. I'm struggling. But I'm going to use Born Horseman, where my...
What? It's like a tax, I would call it. A dice tax.
They move 3 M's instead of 2. My Warlord is going to rest them for 1. I'm now going to move them. 1, 2. I can move to anywhere I want really there. So I'm going to move them to there. And I'm going to shoot you across the river at your Warlord. So you've got an armour of 5 for shooting. I've got 6 dice.
Or I call it 5 between friends.
How many have I got in my unit?
10.
10. Ah, I lost 1 in the melee, did I? I lost 2 in the melee. Okay. I've got nothing to pimp it with, so I'm going to shoot. You've got nothing to... Here we go.
Dice, yeah.
Needing 5s. Just the 2. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, killed him.
It's
Broken friends, isn't it?
yeah.
1 there, exhausted. 1 on the Gauls. I'm going to activate them once. So these are going to move to here. And they're going to... I can't... With Born Horseman, if I go 3 M's, I can't charge.
Yeah, of course, that would be just broken.
That would be a shame.
That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
I'll shoot you. So I've got 7. So I've got 4 dice. Armour of 4. 4 dice. Nothing. And now I'm going to charge them in because you're exhausted. Like that. Like
Get a fatigue.
I get a fatigue. You're exhausted. I've got an armour of 3. You've got an armour of 4. I've got how many in my unit? 7. I get +1 to my dice because I'm javelin charging. I've got 1 fatigue. You've got 3 fatigues. How many in your unit?
8.
I don't know if you can close ranks. If you're, did you want to close ranks? That's the first question. If you're exhausted, I'm not sure you can.
Do you want to look it up?
Okay, we weren't sure, so we looked it up. We weren't sure if you could close ranks, being exhausted. Anyway, it's kind of academic because Steve decided to not close ranks. So I'm going to spend 1 of his fatigues to drop him down to a 3.
I'll spend your fatigue to drop you to 2.
Oh wow! I'll spend your fatigue, drop you to a 2.
Pass.
And I'll spend, you pass, I'll spend your fatigue, put me back up to a 3. So, I go first. I've got
Yours hits then, don't they?
Oh yeah, 2. So all of mine are auto hits, yeah, correct. 5s and 6s.
Lose 4.
Back on me, but you're hitting one harder, so
So it's effectively 4s.
you need 4s, yeah.
We'll call it 6.
Good Lord, Steve, you're hot, aren't you?
Thank you. Haven't heard that for a while.
I'll tell you what, he's blushing as well. He's as blushing as red as his shirt.
Showing through the old silver locks.
5s and 6s. Save 3, lose 3.
So I lost one more.
I lost 3. 1, 2, 3.
And you gain a fatigue, and I gain a fatigue.
So we've both got a fatigue each. Okay. I've got my warlord. Tempted to charge you. Takes a dice off you, doesn't it? I'm going to charge my warlord here. Okay?
So
Across there. I haven't moved him yet. Armour of 4, 6, 8. You've got how many in your unit? Sorry,
5.
5. You have a fatigue.
We're both naked apart from that
I
one.
don't think my guy. So my warlord has an armour of 5, 4. You have a fatigue. Again, you have the option of closing ranks. Do you wish to close ranks?
You will close ranks.
So 3. Yep. I'm going to spend your fatigue.
Of course,
Drop
you
you
are.
down to a 3.
Okay, rock and roll. I'm naked.
Good. Naked as a G-bird. So I need 3s. 1s and 2s not. Look at the 1s and 2s on that. Just the 3.
So looking for 4s. 1 dies.
1 dies. And there was 5 in your unit, so you've done very well there, I think.
I think we've done amazingly well.
Nothing. So I was kind of hoping to take a dice off you there. So I've got a fatigue. You've got a fatigue. Down to
5.
5 still. Oh, you've got them over here, haven't you? Yeah. You've got
3 common, 2 uncommon, which
3
is
common,
not great. Activate some warriors to rest.
So that's 1 warrior activation gone.
We're going to before the wave.
Good Lord, where are they going? This is where they become javelin armed, isn't it? Go on then, throw your 2 dice. Two, just the 2. It never fails you, does it? Yes. Yeah, you got one with me. One of those goes off.
So we're going to move the levy.
Before you do that, I'm going to spend a dice, and you've got a choice. No, sorry, I'm going to use Exhausted Battle from here to here. Trigger this after an enemy unit within S if your mounted unit is activated. Before the activation is resolved, the enemy must choose between either suffering a fatigue or cancelling the activation.
We'll take a fatigue.
So wait. Okay, so you take a fatigue. So now you've got 2 fatigues. So I could use your 2 fatigues now to cancel your move, but you've still got 1 more on top of that, haven't you? I'll let you move. Go on.
It's better to cancel and then move, isn't it? I think.
But if you don't, you've got another dice on there anyway, haven't you?
Yeah. So
So
better to stay with 1.
I'm leaving the fatigue on there. So you're just moving them. Do you want me to move them for you?
Yeah, I'm saying the first one. If I choose to cancel the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. So I'll cancel the first one and then use the second dice to move them.
Okay, so they come over. So they've got 1 fatigue. Gotcha.
And
you've got 1 more final warrior activation.
we've got the survival points thing here. So I've left my options open there. I can run in there or I can charge you. I was trying to leave an each way bet there. What's your armour in melee, the javelin dudes? Is it 3?
Well, my warrior mounted is 3, yeah. But you're losing points, aren't you? It's a trade-off, isn't it?
So we're just going to go into... Do I want to do that? We'll do these guys, because obviously it's easier to kill.
You're going to charge me, are you?
Yeah.
Still 8 in your unit.
Still 2 dice for you.
Still 2 dice. Still got fatigue. I have nothing. Do you wish to use my fatigue? Drop me down to a 2. Anything but a 1. So I save 2, lose 4. So it's all but 1. Back on you. 2s needing 4. 2. 1 dead. So turn 6, last turn. Oh, wow.
No born horseman. Yeah.
Shit. Okay, my last turn, and this is very much... rest the warlord with his determination. Off you go.
Do you want to move him first? I'll make it easier.
He's the most important person. I'm moving. Obviously, I can't change his axis, but he's there.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Then everybody else will sort of file in.
Yeah, just do what you got to do.
They are painful. Right, he's going to go with the dice, the half-guard dice. Pop him in just there.
You don't want to move him like here to make it easy for the other guys?
Rest them. 1 there. And 1 there. And stand beside him. He only needs to be within M anyway.
How far are they moving?
M.
M and M?
M and M, yeah. Like that.
But they're not all across, are they?
That's it. Your last turn. Ooh.
1 common, 4 uncommon.
Very good for Levy. What are you going to do, mate? Although I can see it.
Before the wave.
Yeah.
Come and chuck some sticks at you here.
Oh, with the guys.
Yeah.
So 2.
Against armour 3. But I have a fatigue if you want to split up.
I do. 4.
1.
Saved it.
Obviously rest.
So you've just rested the levy.
I'm going to move them.
That's a move. So you got... Did you rest them? So you got 2 rounds of shooting, haven't you?
Yeah.
So 2 rounds of shooting. How many in range? Are they all in range? Maybe not all.
It's those 9.
So 9, so we call that 5. So, okay.
5, is it?
So I've got armour of 3. You've got fatigue, haven't you? Oh no, you rested and moved, didn't you?
Yeah, so we get fatigue after this one. So this round of shooting is on armour 3. We call it 3. And the next round of shooting will be on armour 4.
Shit.
It's 3 dead, is it?
Yeah, it is.
And then we'll repeat the thing against armour 4.
Okay.
Do you want to click it up? Because you used my fatigue, won't you? So that's 3 down. 2 saves. 4 dead.
So I lose 4. That was quite important, I think. Right, that's the end of the game. We'll have a quick total up, but I think it's close. I think those 4 might be critical, you know. Right, so we did this purely on survival points. Steve won the game. 19 playing 12, which is good. Obviously, he was, to be fair to Steve, I think we were, if we think about version 1 and the crossing of the 2 bridges, that's what it was always about. However, the crossing under the Book of Battles is a modification. Obviously, it's got 1 bridge instead of 2, but there's a thing in there about getting your warlord across and having units within M. And obviously, I've got 3 units within M, and I did manage to kill Steve's warlord, which is worth a massive 18 points, which is a bit... Yeah, I don't know.
So I think if I'd understood the rules of the scenario better,
yeah,
and you're basically mounted, I would have deployed a significant force to stuff up the bridge.
Yeah.
And kind of had a more balanced approach to the game with. But I was more gung-ho with my warlord because I felt it was all about getting across the river. I hadn't appreciated that.
It's bizarre, really, because over here you said, "Oh, I've got to keep him next to the bank," which was exactly what I needed to get my guys round there.
But I couldn't get more than. I was more worried about him being assaulted from that side.
Well, I was going to come this way anyway. So
I think moving him what lost me the game was moving him that third time and exhausting him.
Yeah. Because then he became quite soft.
Yeah.
I only needed one.
He could have been quite happily move a second time, straddle the river. You couldn't assault him without taking 2 fatigue. Yeah.
Version 1, Steve's won it. Version 2, I have, but then to be fair to Steve, he wasn't aware of the, because he hasn't got the Book of Battles, so it was a bit unfair on him as well. So yeah, strange old game really. Anyway, okay, I've got to ask you then, what do you think of the Gauls, Steve? First of all, what do you think of the scenario in general? Do you like it? Better than a Clash of Warlords game?
Definitely better than the Clash of Warlords game. I preferred the version with 2 bridges.
Yeah.
Because I really like games with missions where it swirls.
Yeah.
Because then you have a holding force and an attacking force. Here, I think it's usually variable mission depending on your army.
But to be fair, what could have been bad was, I mean, the fact that one was difficult going and one was dangerous meant I was never going to go to the right. I was always going to go to the left anyway.
Yeah.
And I was.
But I think it makes the. You've really got to stuff up the bridge.
You needed to stuff up that bridge. You needed a block of 12 on there, and I would never have gone across there.
And then try and sneak stuff across more en masse.
Yeah.
So maybe the stopper force here moving across,
Yeah.
and then the warlord unit going across there. Because that corner was quite difficult for you.
It was very difficult. Yeah, interesting. So what did you think of the Gauls in general? Like them?
I love the fervour mechanic. It gives you choices all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it's stronger than similar mechanics in other battle boards.
They play again.
It's much more flavoursome.
They are flavoursome, but also when you play them with chariots, they're really interesting. That's another game, maybe. And what do you think of the Numidians? To be fair, I'll tell you what I think. I cocked up on this scenario. I should have gone units of 6. And just swamped lots and lots of units and gone across the river, and you wouldn't be able to. I've been like a wave going across.
Yeah, you
there.
could just charge straight
like a tsunami. You would have picked off 1 or 2, but everything would have got across. And I was sloppy with the levy as well. I should have hidden them away better.
They should have been hidden from the get-go. Dice generators should be treated with respect.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Anyway, good game. I enjoyed it for all of that, for all the complications with the sorting out what happened in the end. But interesting scenario. Would you play it again? Or would you rather play version 1?
Oh, I'd play it again. But it's all a learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, good game. Thank you very much, Steve. I look forward to the next one.
Yep, this is a failing of mine, not merely reading the small print, and I certainly didn't in this case. I thought I was going to get 2 bonus points, not 6. Hey ho. For all of that, it was a fun game. Enjoyed playing the Numidians. I really did cock up with the size of units. It really didn't work. It did inhibit me, and I was a bit rash with my elephant. Anyway, as always, if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, share with like-minded. Take care, and see you all soon.